Doesn't really affect us here in the state of Texas, but apparently we like talking about it anyway. Patty Olinger joins us to talk about school mask mandates. Al, there are still some pockets in the state.
There's fights
Dallas
going
ISD,
on everywhere.
Yeah,
Yes.
Dallas ISD among others. But for the most part, the governor here in the state of Texas has eliminated the mask mandate. Not the case in other states, but we are starting to see some rollbacks in these crazy blue states. Patty joins us right now. New Jersey being one of those that comes top of mind. They're rolling out their demasking plan for the next month or so. What are these states saying, and why is it taking them so long to roll back these mask mandates?
Well, hi. How are you this morning?
Good.
Doing pretty well here too. We're in this phase of the pandemic that we're starting to look at, how we can reopen. And some of these states that have been so closed down or have all these mandates in place, just stopping something has other, we'll say, effects as well. Some of it is even the mental health of these kids. Because they've been told they have to wear a mask, and it's hard to explain to a child why all of a sudden they don't. But, on one hand, they're trying to put in place a plan that makes sense. On the other hand, for those of us who've been in states or situations where the masks have been optional or there are other controls in place, we haven't seen the numbers, and the numbers are very confusing for masked versus unmasked in schools.
Well, it's confusing to me, I'll be honest with you, Patty, when you say you can't tell a kid that, okay, you no longer have to wear the mask, or you have to gradually do it. I mean, do you say Monday, Wednesday, Friday we're going to wear the mask, Tuesday, Thursday you're not, or 2 hours a day we're going to take the mask? I mean, why not just tell them, hey, you no longer have to wear the mask?
Exactly. I mean, and I think that's part of the problem is that at what point do you wear a mask and do you not? And there's a lot of controls in place. I mean, when you start looking at some of these schools that had mask mandates that had low rates and people say, well, it's because of the mask. A lot of these schools also had other controls in place, like updating their HVAC system or, having cleaning procedures in place that, address those high touch points, having other, controls in place. And so it's hard to say that one thing over the other. We know that it's a layered effect. And your point of when you try and tell, I don't care if it's a kid or if it's an adult, well, if you wear them for these 2 hours, it's okay. But when you wear them for these other 2 hours, you should be wearing not be wearing a mask. It makes it very confusing for people.
Yeah, I would say, because it's almost as if you can't catch it sitting down, but you can standing up on the playground. Patty, thank you. I'm anxious to see how these states do. Thanks for joining us here this morning.